Hi, my name is Jenny and welcome to my channel JK Star A Reader. Today I'm doing my weekly reading update. That's right, it's my weekly reading update and I have a few books to talk about, so let's get going. The first book I have to show you, it is There by Tommy Orange. And so this is a book I started a few months back and I'm getting around to it again. So this is a story, it follows 12 individuals. They are getting ready for the big powwow in Oakland, California. And this is a story from each of these perspectives, and it showcases the different experiences of indigenous life in the U.S. and how these 12 individuals, they each, by telling their own story, they paint a picture of Native American life, and it's fitting with it being Native American History Month. And so I do want to read more of this book in the next month or so. There by Tommy Orange. The next book I have to show you, it is The Changeling by Victor Lavalle. So I started reading this past week. It is another fairy tale retelling, and The Changeling is the same title as the old fairy tale. And in this story, Apollo has grown up. He has his son and his wife, but they mysteriously disappear, and he must make a strange journey in finding them again. In his own life, when he was young, his own father left him, and leaving behind a box of books and reoccurring dreams. And in the adulthood, as Victor and his wife Emma are dealing with parenthood, they find that anxiety has causes Apollo to have his reoccurring dreams again, and Emma to have postpartum depression. So I do want to make some time to continue reading this book during the next week or so. The Changeling by Victor Lavalle. The next book I have to show you, it is Himself by Jess. So this is an author I've read a few times in the past, and this is another book that I have by this author, and I do want to make an effort in reading more books by Jess. This author has released a more recent title. I forget what it's called, but it has to do with sailing on the ocean, I believe. So Himself is a book about Mahoney, who was left in an orphanage as an infant with his mom disappearing for some reason, and Mahoney growing up in a rural Irish village. So yeah, Himself by Jess. Another book that I want to read, and this one is The Other Passenger by Louise Candlish. So I try to read the mystery thriller books in my collection, and I've done pretty well so far in this past year. And here's another one that I've been meaning to read to the end. For some reason, I only read a few chapters, and then I go on to read other books before finding this book again. And so here's another chance to read this mystery by The Other Passenger, who is another British author. And one more book to show you, and this one is Carrie and Me by Carol Burnett. So growing up, I never saw the Carol Burnett show, but in a recent conversation with an actor, they told me that Carol Burnett was one of their inspirations. And so it is through Carol's work on the television screen and the film stage, uh, with the incorporation of clowning into her comedy. And so this is a story about Carol Burnett and the relationship she had with her daughter. And so it's quite a heart-wrenching story, and it's not too long, and it goes well with the non-fiction November month, which I'm not doing that well, but I am trying to fit in non-fiction titles here and there. And so I have this from the library, and so I will be reading more from this book in the next few days. So yeah, Carol, Carrie and Me by Carol Burnett. Okay, that's it for me for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!